So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to disable or deactivate a WordPress plugin from your host, especially when you don't have access to your WordPress admin dashboard. So like what you have on screen now is the dashboard to this particular website, and you can see now I have access to it. Now, if for any reason you don't have access to it, and which could be for quite a number of reasons, so now let's quickly talk about that in a few minutes or a few seconds now. So one of the causes might be maybe some plugins are conflicting with each other. You can see some of these plugins now, if a particular update of one plugin might be affecting the other plugin, and then you might not be able to access your dashboard. You might just get stuck one way or the other, and or when you see something like this, like there has been a critical error on your website. So most of the cause of these things is plugin, when the plugin are conflicting with each other. So the best way to do it is to go back to your host and then deactivate, if not all the plugin. If you uploaded a plugin recently, you might need to start from there to deactivate those plugins, and then you'll be able to access your dashboard again. So now let's go into the solution to it. So what you do is you go to your dashboard for your host. For this particular website now, is hosted on Hostinger. So what I'll just do, make sure that you're on that website. So once you come to your file manager, so you look for the folder where you have your website. So for this now, it's under my public HTML. So you come over to WP content, is that clear? So you click on WP content, then you see plugins here. Now, before you open the plugins folder, so the first thing you might want to do is to rename the folder itself. So that is if you cannot access your dashboard, just to be sure that it's a plugin problem. The first thing you might just need to do is to rename your plugin. So you can just rename it, and then maybe just rename it. You can add a number to it or anything, then you rename it. So once you rename it, you come back to your WordPress dashboard. You try to refresh it. If it loads up, however, the plugins will not respond, but if it loads up, that means it's a plugin problem. So you can just come back here, rename it the way it should be, which is plugins. Now what you do is you just open it. If there's a particular plugin you want to deactivate or you want to disable, so what you just do is the same thing. You're just going to rename it. So let me just rename this. Let me just add one to it, and I press rename. So with this now, this plugin will no longer be active on the front, on the WordPress dashboard. So if I should come here, so you can see all the 1WP migration is currently active. So, but if I should refresh the page now, because I've already renamed it here. So if I should refresh it now, so let me refresh this. So you can see it's no longer active. It has been deactivated. So that is how you can go ahead to deactivate any plugin from your host. Exactly. So again, if you can't access it, might need to start doing it one after the other. So for instance, you try this. Once you rename this, you go back to the backend, you refresh. If you see that it's still not working, that means that's not the plugin. You go to the next one. So you do it one after the other for all the plugins, and you get the particular plugin that is causing the issue that you're unable to access your website. All right. Then from the user experience, from the experience I have with this thing, some of the major causes is when you, like I said earlier, maybe if I didn't mention it, if you install a new plugin recently, you might need to start from that particular plugin. If you're also using some plugins that are premium, but some they are the free version of it. An example is maybe you're using Elementor and you're using some of this plugin, maybe like the Essential add-on, and there is this other one. They do conflict each other very well. So this premium Essential add-ons and one other premium add-on plugin like that. So those three plugins do conflict each other. You might want to start from there and then to disable them from your hosting, and then you come back and refresh and see that sort out the problem. All right. So thank you very much for watching. If you find value in this, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, please click on that subscribe button. And if you have any question, do leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you all in another video.